Hello everybody. I will present you a DNA-Aquanet Working Group 2 initiative that was performed to compare diatom metabarcoding protocol used in routine freshwater biomonitoring with the aim to standardize molecular approaches. Diatom DNA metabarcoding for freshwater biomonitoring is now applied on large-scale freshwater monitoring networks in several countries. You have really nice papers that show really interesting results on different river and lakes samples, but this approach is not applicable for WFD routine monitoring as most of the steps are not standard. A technical report is available for biofilm sampling and preservation. You have some DNA-Aquanet initiatives that were already performed to compare different sample preservation methods. But during the Working Group 2 workshop in Limassol 2 years ago, we decided that we need really information to produce standards for molecular methods. This is the reason why we decided to perform a ring test and inter-comparison study to evaluate if we're able to transfer one DNA extraction method between participants. What is the variability introduced by different DNA extraction methods? And the same for PC amplification. Are we able to transfer one PC amplification method between participants? And what is the variability introduced by the use of different PC amplification methods? The organization of the ring test was quite easy because the scientific community was highly motivated. We were 18 laboratories from 15 countries to participate to the experiment. It was a really nice collaborative work because we are not funded and participants auto-financed their experiments, and we had the chance to have some sponsors corresponding to public and private institutes that accepted to finance the costly part of the DNA metabarcoding approach. And we had a really nice organizing team between 3 institutes that performed the animation and organization of the ring test experiment. To perform the ring test, a set of controlled biofilm and DNA samples were prepared by the reference lab. Participants were asked to perform experiments using those samples and to send back DNA extract and PCR products to the reference lab, which was in charge to finalize the preparation of samples for sequencing in order to avoid to introduce more variability and to let only the variability introduced by participants for DNA extraction and PC amplification. And PC sequencing was performed by different facilities and the raw data was sent back to the reference lab for preliminary analysis. We were supposed to start the ring test experiment in March 2020, but the COVID made our life less easy than usual. We tried to perform the experiments despite the situation, but we failed and had to postpone all the experiments to December 2020. And finally, we were able to have the first data available mid-February, so last month. So bioinformatic treatments were performed using Dada2 pipeline in order to produce variants, exact sequence variants, and taxonomic assignment was performed using the DIAD-Barcode reference database. And I will mainly focus on analysis performed on diatom community composition and structure, and what is interesting us in these experiments, the final ecological assessments of freshwater samples based on IPS quality index. For the first question of the ring test, we asked all the participants to use the same DNA extraction method, which was the nucleospin soil kit. So they had 3 biofilm samples. They had to perform 1 DNA extraction per sample, except the reference lab that had to perform 3 DNA extraction per sample. What we can see on those bar plots corresponding to relative proportion of diatom species obtained by the reference lab and participant is that community composition is homogeneous between participants, and we had really similar results from one lab to another. The variability that we can observe in the lake sample, for example, is certainly due to the variability during the subsampling of the original sample to send to each participant. When we compute the IPS score for each participant, we see that we have some variability, but this variability is satisfactory because the maximum difference we observe on the lake sample is 0.8 point, which is quite low compared to what we can obtain, for example, if we perform morphological approach and classical biomonitoring. Based on those IPS scores, we are able to compute this score, which help us to evaluate how far a participant result is from the mean, and is a way to confirm if the ring test is successful or not. And in this case, when we compute this score based on IPS for lake sample and river sample, we observe that no participants were considered unsatisfactory, which means that the ring test was successful for DNA extraction. For the question 2, we ask each participant to use their own DNA extraction method with their own customization. They use 3 biofilm samples and they perform DNA extraction in 3 replicates. Only 9 participants were able to perform this experiment, and you have the list of the DNA extraction method that were used. What we can see on diatom community composition is that there is variability that were introduced by participants when using different DNA extraction methods, mainly in change in species relative proportions. All the methods detected the same species, but not the same relative proportions of rate were obtained. If we perform an NMDS plot based on Bray-Curtis dissimilarity values, we confirm that there is variability in diatom community structure between participants, and we are clearly able to differentiate samples by participants. But those differences observed between participants are also certainly related to the use of different DNA extraction methods, and particularly the fact that there is different steps, regions that are introduced on those methods that create differences. For example, here we evaluate the effect of enzymatic lysis method used during DNA extraction, and we see that it is clearly something that creates variability in community structure. If we compute the IPS diatom index for each participant, we significantly see differences in IPS scores obtained by participants. But again, the IPS variability is satisfactory. We only have a maximum difference between 2 participants of 1.3 point, which is quite good compared to what we observe with morphological approach. For the question 3, we asked all the participants to use the same DNA polymerase and the same PCR amplification protocol. We sent 4 DNA samples. All the participants performed the test with 1 replicate. And again, what we observe is that results are really homogeneous between participants. We have the same diatom community composition. We can see that there are some errors that can occur during test. There are some mixes between samples, but otherwise all the results are really nice. If we compute the IPS diatom index, we see that there is still a variability between participants on the IPS score. But again, the difference is quite satisfactory because we only have 0.8 point maximum difference between 2 participants. Regarding the z-score, we see that all participants have really nice results compared to the group of participants. And we can consider the ring test successful for the PCR amplification part also, like for Q1 for the DNA extraction method. Regarding the question 4, we asked each participant to use their own PCR amplification approach with the same samples than for the previous question. You have the list of the different PCR amplification methods that were used, and you see that there are quite a lot of diversity in Taq DNA polymerase that can be used. And we see that it introduces some variability in the diatom community composition between participants. Again, like for the DNA extraction, it's mainly changes in species relative proportions, but all the approaches were able to detect the same taxa. If we look at the NMDS plot based on Bray-Curtis values, we see that we are able to discriminate participants, certainly due to the fact they use different PCR methods, but we will have to investigate what are the key steps of PCR approaches that create those variability. When we compute IPS diatom index, we see that again there is variability between participants, which is significant, but still low enough to be considered as satisfactory. So in conclusion, we were able to transfer DNA extraction and PCR amplification methods from one lab to another. The ring tests were successful. The use of different DNA extraction and PCR methods introduce variability in diatom community composition, so mainly due to key steps of protocols, regions that used, and customization from participants. However, the variability of IPS score are acceptable, and we have to confirm if it's conform with what is expected by WFT. I didn't present results, but we are also comparing different HTS library preparation and working on morphological variability in different questions. We evaluate the possibility to use our data to test bioinformatics variability. And during a workshop, we are going to discuss what are the future analyses that are needed, how to use our data to create technical reports and to feed standardization, and of course, how to manage and share our data. So to be continued. Thank you for your attention.